Hey guys, this is Keith the G. I just want to say something that's really been bugging me. We as black people, we always complain when other nationalities or cultures come into our neighborhood or sphere or come around us and take our ideas and everything that we do. They take it, they run with it, and they make all the money. I'm looking at these cats in the marijuana business and the marijuana culture. You look at them and they all trying to commingle the cannabis business with the hip hop business. So they got these different names for the different weeds and different strands, but they all trying to capitalize on it from a hip hop standpoint. And these are white cats, Samoan cats, Mexican cats, and I'm not knocking their hustle. So a man should hustle, and I get that. The point I'm trying to make with this video is saying, why do we sit back and allow everybody else to make all the money on us, and we sit back and we point the fingers and say, oh, they coming here, they getting all the money and we ain't getting nothing. We are responsible for everything cool there is in the world. Anything cool in the world has to be checked by black people. If we don't do it, it ain't cool. There ain't one thing out there, period, that we ain't touched and we ain't influenced. It's white people to sit there and watch what we do, watch what we wear, watch what we say, watch what we do, and then they run out, patent it, build a business infrastructure, and then start making money off of it. And then here we sit back and we watch. We've been doing this shit for so long, in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s and 50s. We've been doing this shit for so long. When are we going to learn our lesson? I'm from Detroit, Michigan, originally. And back in the 70s, Detroiters was complaining about the Arab people, Iraqis, coming in, buying up all the convenience stores and supermarkets in Detroit. They just came right over there and started doing business. These are neighborhoods, areas that these are areas that we've been living in, but we never started anything. And then they say, we don't have the money. Well, here's somebody from a damn near third world country, Iraq, where they fleeing persecution and all that kind of stuff. They come over here and they work and they save their money and they start a store. Some people come in with no money, especially running from persecution. Then you have some people that come over here and have money on them and come over here with intentions of starting a business. But there's some people that just here started with nothing and come over here right in our neighborhoods, and they always start in a black neighborhood and they make all the money. The Chinese do it. The Arabs do it. And they all, whenever you see them talking, they all try to talk cool and they call each other niggas. You got Mexican guys calling each other niggas, white boys calling each other niggas, because they think that shit sound cool. They smoke their weed, they call each other nigga, they give each other the pound, and then we sit back and we be mad at it. We get mad at them. And then we start doing shit like drill music and start running around killing each other. Now, out of all the shit that these other nationalities copy us, everything we do, they copy and do it and make the money on it. You see, have you noticed they ain't copied that drill shit? Where do you see where white boys is doing that shit like those Chicago drill music guys are doing it? Now, you got white cats that's rapping and doing rap music, but them white boys that stand away from that drill music, they living that drill music to the niggas. They ain't doing drill music. They doing rap, but it's the basic, some of it you can call gangster rap, some of it, but it ain't the drill music like the sense that we know it. Why they pull up on this corner, let's meet, and drop your location, and I'm gonna come there, and I got an AK-47 and all that kind of stuff. Out of all the genres and all the money and how they copy everything that we do, they ain't picked that up though, because they know it's foolish. So we do shit like that. Now we pick up drill music and then we start killing each other. We don't build off this gold mine that's been handed to us. We don't build off of it. We start committing genocide with it. We start killing each other over it. And we talk about how other races come in and take stuff from us and we don't do nothing about it. Yeah, they're going to take all the shit other than that stupid shit like that drill music. They ain't going to do none of that shit. They're going to leave that shit to us to do. You see, they ain't doing it. You see, them white rappers ain't buying up to that. Of course, you may have one or two. You're going to have one or two. But we're talking about in the numbers. We're talking about the majority of them. They ain't doing it because they know that shit's stupid. But we pick up that shit and we start doing it and we start killing each other. The rap music gonna sell no matter what. You know, you can have rappers singing about tiptoeing through the tulips, whatever, and it's gonna sell. If they're gonna buy whatever the music is that's out there. Okay, this is available. Okay, this is what the new sound is. Okay, cool. They just need to come up with something new and something fresh. And learn how to do business where we can start making money and start controlling most of that stuff instead of letting everybody else come over here and make money off us. I'm looking at all these little young non-Afro-American nationalities, and they all try to act like they black. They all, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, nigga, hey, nigga. They've been wanting so bad to say nigga. Them white kids and them Asian kids and them Mexican kids couldn't wait to call each other nigga, cause that's the whole image of us, and that's the whole image of how we communicate. Yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, what's up, nigga, yeah, nigga, oh, all you niggas. They can't wait. Them white kids, boy, when they say nigga, their whole body posture change. They feel so good. They think they so cool when they can finally say nigga around some people and don't get jumped on. Because all the other little white kids and all the other little Mexican kids, they saying nigga. And then they may have one or two black kids that's too scared to say something to them about saying nigga. They just keep their mouth shut. So they cool. So now they're in the atmosphere where they can say nigga and don't get beat up for it. It didn't get to that point now. They can't wait to say nigga. They loving to say nigga. They've been dying to say that word. It's something about that word to be able to call themselves nigga or say nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah. They don't even call each other names no more. It's all nigga, nigga, nigga. Because that's the image of us. And they want so bad to be cool because they don't have a culture, and they looking at us and they looking at the shit we do. So they grabbing our culture and they running with it because they'll have some business savvy. They'd be smart enough to, whatever they don't know, they'd be smart enough to know to find somebody that do know and get the job done so they can get that bag. So it ain't about what you know. You got to be smart enough to know what you know and know what you don't know. And the shit you don't know, be smart enough to hire somebody that do know. That's the key to the shit. That's the bottom line. Smart enough to know, okay, yeah, I ain't got to know it all. I ain't trying to know it all. Because I'm gonna max out the shit I know, and then I'm gonna pay somebody else to take it to that next level. I'm smart enough to do that. So, okay, well, this is the next game. Okay, well, I'm gonna find somebody who know how to do that. And that's how this shit go. But we got to learn how to start doing business, and we got to stop killing each other. We got to learn how to set up LLCs, how to set up corporations, how to set up nonprofits, how to get your tax ID number, how to build corporate credit, how to buy stuff in a corporate name, how to put your cars in an LLC. So if you get sued, if you have an accident and you get sued, they can't come after you because the cars ain't owned by you, they're owned by the LLC. To learn how to protect your assets by setting up LLCs. Any kid 18 years old should automatically set up an LLC. And I wish I'd have been thinking like this when my kids was young. When I was 45 years ago. but I hadn't developed enough yet. And I had nobody to tell me this, like I'm saying it to you. And nobody ever told me this, even up to this day. I just learned it, but not one time in my life had anybody ever told me, hey, Keith, you need to set this up. You need to do. I had to learn I need to set that up on my own. Now, I'm saying it, I'm giving you game right now. I'm that nigga saying you need to set up an LLC and you need to set up another entity where you can operate as a second person or almost a third person kind of deal. And that's the whole idea behind an LLC, where you can operate almost as a third person or second person. You can do things under this, and you got some kind of legal protection for yourself. Taxes are different. Everything's different. But we need to learn how to set up LLCs, how to get a business bank account, how to balance a checkbook, how to set up get our EIN number, how to do a business plan, how to forecast, customer service, all those things, all of those things play a part. So we need to learn how to do business. We need to learn how to negotiate. We need to know how to go in and talk to people and negotiate on prices. And we need to know how to, when people come into our business, to treat them so they come back. You know what I'm saying? So in business, it's all about the repeat. You don't want to have to, every time you get a customer, you got to advertise for that one customer. When you get that one customer in your grasp, you do everything you can to sell that customer on why they should do business with you. And then you ain't got to spend no more money trying to lure them back in, because they was treated so well, they're going to come on their own. But we need to learn principles like how to treat people, how to set our businesses up, how to budget our money, the type of businesses to go in. Also, we try to do things that's not within our reach. When you set goals that's within your reach. We set our goals too lofty a lot of times. Now, there's nothing wrong with thinking big and thinking lofty. But the point I'm trying to make is that once you get that grand idea in your head, okay, now you got that in there, the ultimate goal. Now you can forget about it for a minute, write it down. You know where you're in. You know where you want your end game to be. So now you got to think about the processes that you need to set up and to do in order to get you to that point. It's all about the process. So now you got the goal in mind. Now you need to set the process up, and you need to think about things that's within your reach. What can I do right now? What's in my reach right now that I can touch, that I can grab, that I got enough money for? You got to do the things that's within your reach. Because most of the time, people think about shit that they want to do, and everything they want to do is too far-fetched, too much money. They need too many people. They need too much money. It's going to take too much time. Everything is far-fetched. You got to start looking at, what do I have right in front of me immediately? What's in front of me right now where I can take that first step? And then you take that first step. But then as you taking them one little baby steps, you steadily moving, you steadily growing, you steadily elevating, you steadily getting bigger. Your ideas are getting bigger. Your thoughts is getting better. You're learning as you're going. And then when you just take a second and just kind of look back, just for a second, look back just for a second, and just kind of see where you're at and say, wow, okay, I done got some movement here. And use that same process. So just use that same process on climbing out of that hole that you're in. Think about things that's within your reach. What can I do right now with whatever kind of money I got right now, whatever kind of atmosphere that's going on right now, so I can do this now? Because you're just going to constantly procrastinate, and it's going to constantly be this pipe dream that you dreamed about. You got to do things that you can do and touch and seize right now. I'm telling you, and I'm tired of seeing these other nationalities, and I'm not wrong. I'm not hating on their hustle. They should be getting their money. But I'm seeing them just take our stuff and we get nothing for it, man. We supposed to be the richest people in the world. With all this culture in us and everything's fed off culture, fashion, entertainment, sports, anything, even intellectually. I mean, we are the shit. We are the shit. And we sit back and we let these other nationalities look at us and they mimic us. They mimic everything that we do. And then they smart enough to just take what we do, take that shit and take it to that next level after they done mimicked it. They learn all the games. And then they try to talk like us. They try to walk like us. The swagger. You see them giving each other pounds. And I'm just watching them. And they finally to the point where they can say nigga. They've been wanting to say that word nigga because it make them feel cool. Because they square. They ain't got no culture themselves. White people ain't got no culture. None. They was barbarians. They crawled around on all fours. They from the Caucasus Mountains. And they didn't have no culture. They wasn't dancing. They didn't know how to dance. White people, that's why they still don't know how to dance. White people didn't do nothing in sports. White people was cavemen. That's what they come from. You know, they was cavemen. You know, they club a woman. That's how they got with women. They would take a big club and club them upside the head, and drag them into a cave and be with them. That's the kind of shit they come from, barbaric kind of shit. We come from sunshine, plenty bountiful fruit, meat and animals and nuts, berries. We can go to a tree and pick an orange or an apple off a tree, berries and all that stuff. So, but now, they didn't have that. They had the club shit. They sit there and they had to beat something over the head and drag it into a cave, and that's how they would do what they had to do. Yeah, that's how they had to eat. They were used to killing and savagely beating stuff with tracking animals down with spears and all that kind of stuff. Just all that barbaricness. But we never had to do that kind of shit. You know, because we always had plentiful, bountiful stuff. So we could get nuts and fruits and berries off trees. So we don't have that barbaric nature. That's why we so sports and so physically astute and so well-rounded as we are. We're the most well-rounded nationality it is. I'm talking about we good on every aspect, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. What other nationality stronger than us emotionally? What nationality been put through more stuff than we have? Not one nationality on the planet Earth. We was put through all that stuff, and then we become the envy of the world. They put us through all that shit they put us through. They put us through all that bullshit, beat us, and treat us like animals, disrespected us in front of our families because they was envious of us. They developed an envy for us. When they saw that shit that they was doing to us and they couldn't break us, they became envious, but they disguised it as hate. That hate is envy, because it is impossible, not impossible, no, let me say impossible, but it's far-fetched for somebody to say they hate you or something, and they've never, so somebody say they hate me, and they don't even know me, and I've never done anything to them in life, good or bad. How can they hate me and they don't even know me? They never even saw me. They just saw me for 3 seconds. I hate you. How you hate me? No, what it is you envious of me. You see my strength, and I got what you want. You see the strength in me. You see the strength in my physique. You see the strength in my skin tone. You see the strength in my aura, my spirit. That's what you hating, but the hate stems from envy. It don't stem from something that we've done to you. You've done everything to us. But then when you done what you did to us and you saw that you couldn't break us, then you became envious of us. So that's what's fueling the hate, is the envy. And who gonna sit there and admit to themselves that they are envious of somebody? That's too much. People got too many egos to say, I'm envious of you, but it's much easier to say, I hate you. And then by doing that, they're trying to flip that guilt onto you. Because if somebody come to you and they said they hate you, even though you know you ain't done nothing to them, subliminally, you feel like you've done something to them. Like you've had to, because they hate you. How could you hate me? I must have done something to you. So you walk around with guilt that you shouldn't even have. Oh, they're a cold piece. We are the kings. And we need to stop letting these folks come in here, taking our shit, getting credit for it, getting the money for it, and then looking at us and leaving us in the dust. It's our time now. It's our time now. This is our time. We ain't got nothing holding us back but ourselves now. We got to sharpen up. We got to get educated, and we need to develop a whole new culture of these young people now. We need to get some business savvy youngsters. I mean, we need to start developing some business savvy young people, young men and young women, instead of these gang banging. And that's what the society wants. They want us to keep staying like that. That's what they want, because they know that shit's going nowhere. They want that shit. They don't want us learning how to set up an LLC, how to set up corporations, how to take that $10 million advance money that the record company gave me, and I set up an LLC, and then I start buying apartment units. I buy my first apartment unit. I pay cash for it. I spend $6 million of that money, and I pay cash for it. And then I go in the place, and I renovate the place, and I run, and then I can rent it out and get a positive cash flow. And then I leverage that and buy another one, and then buy another one, and buy another, and just keep going and just keep doing different things like that. And then they don't want us doing that shit. They want us buying gold chains and jewelry. And then then they give us all that money. And then they know what we like is cars and jewelry and all this. And then they come right behind us, and then they set up jewelry stores and car dealerships, and then they take that money right back from us. They gave us $10 million, and now, because they know how we are, we want to look cool. So we're going to take I'm 22 years old, and I'm going to spend $300,000 on some jewelry on a chain, and I don't have 3 or 2 rental properties. I don't own any rental properties, but I spend $1 million on jewelry. There's rappers out there right now that got millions of dollars, and they don't own any real estate. They don't own one property. They'll take $300,000 and buy a chain with. And again, yeah, it's their money, and they should be able to do what they want to do it right. I understand that concept too. So I don't want to hear no negative, some of these old comments, because these weird ass people be commenting, oh, well, people get to do what they want to do with their money. I understand all that. So you ain't got to say that. I'm just saying we need to be smarter with our money. Do what you want to do with it. Yeah. But investing should be one of the things you should want to do with it. What I'm saying is that should be one of the things you should be wanting to do instead of buying chains. You rather sit there and buy chains rather than buy a rental house, or something that's going to go up in value, something that you can rent out and create a positive cash flow for yourself. So when that rap stuff in, and after 2-3 years, you ain't, you ain't hot no more, and a whole new crowd of people come up, the sound is different, everything like that. Now you sit around, you done screwed off all your money because you've been partying, buying pit bulls and gold chains and screwing off the money. Man, you need some people to show y'all taking that, but they don't want us to tell you youngsters, man. They don't want us to say, hey, man, come here. Okay, you got that? Come on, let me show you what to do with that. Bam. I'm going to show you how to keep getting this, even when that game is over for you, because it's going to be over one day. So let me show you how to keep getting that. No, they don't want us to do that. Anybody trying to educate y'all, they don't want y'all to do. They want y'all running around doing that stupid shit. Y'all supposed to be way richer than y'all are. You see how quiet Jay-Z and P. Diddy and all them cats is right now? They quiet as hell. They ain't saying shit. They around there buying liquor companies, real estate, tech companies, fashion houses. They doing it like that. But that's okay to the white man. He okay with 2, 3. He just don't want, he know 1 or 2, 3, 4 black folk gonna fall through the cracks. He don't mind a few falling through the cracks. But he just don't want all of us being sharp like that, where we taking advantage of the stuff and we making smart moves. Because if a person is benefiting from your downfall, why would they ever want to try to correct your behavior? They benefit from this shit. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna step in. They ain't gonna step in to do nothing. They gonna let you. There's a saying Napoleon said. He say, when you find your enemy making a mistake, don't interrupt them. When you find your enemy making a mistake, don't interrupt them. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're watching us just keep bumping into the wall. Bumping into the wall. But we cool. We cool. Yeah. For those of us that's able to get some money, we think we cool. Oh man, no, it's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit. And we need to understand there's levels to this shit. You youngsters, you got to talk to the old heads, man. Y'all got to talk to the old heads. You wouldn't believe all the dumb comments. Not all of them, because I get a lot of good comments. I get a lot of good people, man. And y'all know who y'all are. And what I'll do is I'll put it in when I read the comment, I'll put in there, I see you. So when I put that in there, I read that comment. I try to read my comment. I don't care if they're good or bad. But the point I'm trying to make is y'all youngsters need some OGs to help y'all out, man, to help y'all point this shit out to y'all, to let y'all know what y'all got in store for y'all. We done been down this road. We know how this shit is. We know what's coming. So y'all need to listen up, get an old head and listen up. And you got these young people, they don't want to hear nothing. Oh, you old guy, you don't need you out of touch. They don't want to hear, this is the craziest shit I've ever, these youngsters don't want to hear nothing. I never saw such a lost generation that act like they don't need no advice and they doing all the shit wrong. And don't want no advice. Doing everything wrong. Now, and then I get people saying, why you worried about them? You shouldn't even be worried about them. That's what I had comments like. So I'm sitting back and I'm just watching another black man or black woman because I love black people because I'm black. Yeah, I love my people. And it's hard for me to sit back and watch them bump their head. And I'm seeing them bump their head and I can give them an answer or help them understand what's going on. I can't sit back. No, I can't sit back. That's what they want you. No, don't say nothing. Why you worried about them? Just worry about yourself. I'm good. I don't lose no sleep over it. But if I see you, because I care, if I see you and you around where I can say something to you, and I think that you're open enough for me to at least say it, I may say, hey, maybe you need to, that's cool with what you're doing, but maybe if you look at it like this or do it like this, you may have a different outlook, but the person got to be ready to receive that kind of stuff. But you got to be, we need to be doing more of that. And these youngsters need to be listening to us old heads, us older men and the older women trying to give these young girls some game, and the older men giving these young men some game. Y'all got to start listening, man. That's what we here for. That's what we here for. Y'all gonna be us 20 years from now, and it's y'all responsibility to reach down to the youngsters and say, hey man, no, that ain't the right way to do it. No, do it like this. I know what you're thinking. I know what it looked like, but that's just a facade. Look at it like this, because this may happen, because see, we done been through all those what ifs. We know about the what ifs. So we can tell you what to look out for, and if you're thinking wrong, or if you may be moving too slow, moving too fast, or not moving enough, whatever the case may be, you just need to find an old head that's got some game, that love you enough or care enough about you that'll share. Because we could keep this good advice to ourselves. Me to say, hey, I want to give you some game, some of this free game, but I guess I'll just keep this good game to myself. Yeah, then they say games should be sold and not told and all that stuff. Whatever, all those different little metaphors. Bottom line is, you guys need to listen up and learn something. That's the bottom line. And find an old head that you trust and believe in, and get some game and learn how to understand what's going on out here, and learn how to make the right moves so you come out okay. And then when you get in that position, you reach back and you be that OG, and you give that game, share that game with another young black man or black woman that need the help. That's what we're here for. We the elders. That's what elders do. We the elder statesmen. We the elders. We supposed to tell y'all what to look out for, help y'all understand this landscape out here and what's really going on. So, but anyway, Keith the G, I'm going to cut it short again, but it was just bugging me. It's just bugging me how all these folks coming in, taking all our game, all that shit, all our swag, all that natural swag we got, and they running with it, and we ain't getting nothing for it. And they running to the bank, and we sitting around, we can't pay our rent. We living paycheck to paycheck. If we get a flat tire, we got to wait 2 weeks before we can buy a tire for our car, because we just that broke. We don't have enough money to buy a tire for our car. And if we do, we got to get a used tire, some used tire place. That's crazy. Who wants to live like that? I don't. And I don't live like that. So I made it a point to stack me some bread. So I'm trying to make, and so that's why I'm saying this. So I know how I feel not to have nothing, and not to be able to buy a tire when your tire blow out and you can't even buy a spare tire. You that fucked up. You just that paycheck to paycheck. So I've been there, and I've been there when before they go out, you just buy a whole new set of tires, and you keep a set of tires on your car, matching set of tires, and you rotate them. And you get rid of them before they get bald, and you buy you a whole new set because you got money to do so. That's the position you want to be in. So find an OG you believe in, you trust, and listen up. Keep the G.